Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is DIKA Setianti, and in this video, in the final exam of Reading for Literary Appreciation, I'd like to retell a short story. The title is Oil of Dog, and this short story is written by Ambrose Bierce. Buffer Bean. He was born in a humble family. His father's business was to make oil of dog, and his mother had a little studio in the shadow of the village church, where she disposed of unwelcome babies. In his boyhood, he trained in the habits of industries. He helped his father capture the dogs for his oil, and he helped his mother disappear of the baby's body. In his neighborhood, the jobs that his parents were a little unpopular, but his father had the support of the village doctors who seldom wrote a prescription without the oil of dog. Though no one was disposed to give his dog for this oil, so all people decided to forbid Buffer to play with their dog. One evening, when Buffer came to his mother's studio, he passed near his father's factory, and he saw a guard, who seemed watching his movements, so that he entered in his father's factory, and he escaped of him. His father wasn't there. Buffer was alone, just with the body of this baby. Just he was with one like a bit reddish, the product of the fats of his father. He generally carried the bodies to the river, but at that moment he couldn't do it. So he put the baby's body in the vat where were the dogs for the oil dog. He thought that his father never will know about it. The next morning, surprisingly, his father said that he had obtained the best quality of the oil, and he didn't know how because he used the same formula for do it. So Buffer decided to set about the last night. His parents realized that their business can be related. His mother didn't need Buffer for her job, and neither did his father. They just lived for their job. His mother removed her studio and put a new one near his father's factory. His father no longer needed more dogs for his oil, because he used human now. It was the best oil in the dog history. But when the neighbors began to disappear, in the village it celebrated a public audience that approved censures for them. His parents were sad because this news, and they went home. Near midnight, he saw through a window in the room where his father was sleeping near that oven. The bed was empty. His father was getting up, and he was making a knot in a rope. He was looking at the door of his mother's room. Buffer supposed that he was planning something, but he didn't know how to act. After the door of his mother's door was opened, his mother had her job stool, a long dagger in her right hand. Immediately they jumped one above the other. They fought for overroom like his mother wants to nail her dagger in his father, and he wants to drown her like his big hands. After a while, his parents were separated. His father was injured, and he jumped and took his mother to the boiling vat. At that moment they disappeared, and their oil was united to the citizen that convened the public assembly. Bing is now in Autumnly, from where he wrote this act that resulted in a commercial disaster. Okay, that's about Oil of Dog, the short story Oil of Dog. Thank you so much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.